Have you ever looked at the news and watched that revolving door of political chaos and felt a mix of kind of exhaustion and absolute overwhelm? When you look at the news and the governments seem to wobble, costs are spiking, and the world feels completely out of control. It's easy to feel like everything is spinning off in all kinds of different directions. We live in an anxious and fractured culture, and that raises a deeper question. And the ground is shaking underneath us. Where do we look for stability? The Bible has an awful lot to say about chaos. At the very beginning of the Bible in Genesis, even before we get to creation, we find the earth as a formless void. It was just pure chaos. And what does God do? Day by day, he introduces order. He separates light from dark, land from sea, and he builds structure and purpose out of that mess. The story of the Bible isn't a life of no mess. The story of the Bible is of a God who steps right into the chaos to bring order. When Jesus looked out at the crowds in the Gospels, the Bible tells us he had compassion on them because they were harassed and helpless. They were like sheep without a shepherd. And that phrase sometimes feels painfully accurate for how a lot of us feel right now. We look for leadership and stability, and we look sometimes in systems and politicians only to find that they shift like sand. The good news is that we aren't called to anchor our hope in the political systems that seem to change week by week. Our stability doesn't come from Westminster or Wall Street or through the evening news. Our leader is King Jesus. When the world feels chaotic, our job isn't to panic right alongside it. Our job is to point people towards the true, unshakable anchor that is always there. Jesus, the God who created the world, who brought order to chaos.